Welcome to Hogue Gymnasium here at the Kiski School. Looks like we're getting ready to kick off our header here this afternoon, where we've got the Kiski School taking on Western Reserve Academy. Kiski's going to be wearing their all black, and Western Reserve in their white unis trimmed in green. So this is Varsity 1, however you want to look at it, and Varsity 2. So these are both varsity squads taking on each other here this afternoon. Looks like they're getting ready to send the teams onto the court. We'll be getting ready. The format for this game is going to be 8-minute quarters, and then in the second game it's going to be 18-minute halves. So there's a 30-second shot clock in the second game for sure. I'm not sure if they're going to run a shot clock here in the first quarter or the first game. They didn't last week or when we played Mercersburg, but we'll see how they handle things with today's game. There were some issues with referees last time, so that's why they didn't want to do the shot clock. But this time looks like we've got all the refs, and we'll see how we're going to progress here. So thanks for joining us here this afternoon. We've got two awesome basketball games ahead of us, and we'll see how things shake out here. So it looks like Kiski's going to win the jump. Comes back to Milos on the court for Kiski. Kicks it over to Sampson. Back to Milos, who drives near court, spinning, and kicks into the corner for Hartley. Rebound number 24 for Reserve. Up to number 2. He's trapped. Breaks through the pressure. Christian Mears helps with the steal from Sampson, and Hartley for the 2 points to get Kiski on the board to start things off. So Reserve will head to the line. Sorry about that. There was the music playing in the background. Got it turned off. So we're all tied up here after the free throws from number 15. I do have a roster. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I just have first names. Looks like that was Andrew, number 15. So Noah's going to be on the ball for the Pioneers. He drives all the way to the baseline, tries to hook off the glass. It's rebounded temporarily by Kiski and collected finally by Milos. He comes the other way. Off to Christian Mears. Over to Milos. He's going to take a 3 and knock it down for the first 3 ball of the day. 6:30 remaining in the first quarter. Trapped underneath, thrown back up top, taken away by Kiski. It's Christian Mears. Pass to Aki. Aki hits the 2 from the baseline. Tough angle shot from him. Pioneers regroup, come back on offense. Long 3 from Noah. Gets his rebound, drives, and it's going to be inbound play for the Pioneers at the baseline. Shot taken, and rebound Sampson for Kiski. He's left open for three, gets some pressure there late, decides to pass it off. Milos is going to pull the trigger, though, and he's feeling himself this morning, or this afternoon, I suppose, and gets Kiski out to an 8-point lead with 5:30 remaining in the first quarter. Reserve looking to heat up yet, trying to find their flow on offense underneath, and travel's going to be called against number 24. Milos brings it up for Kiski, passed off to Christian Mears. Over to Malachi. Cross court, Hartley for three. Short on the shot, rebound collected by Reserve. As Grayson driving baseline. 8 seconds on the shot clock as Reserve will inbound it from underneath the hoop. They just not getting the bounces here to drop for him. Ball's not going in. Sampson drives all the way to the basket, loses his handle. Hartley drives, kicks into Sampson. He's battling with the Pioneers. And Andrew is going to take the foul for Reserve. White 15 is the call. And Sampson with a three gets Kiski out to a substantial lead here with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left as Reserve not going away just yet. Adds 2 to their total. Milos collects the pass. Sampson again for three from that same spot. Rebound Grayson, kicks it out. And driving the other way is the Pioneers on the break. All the way to the glass, not there. Rebound, Aki has Milos. And car wreck at the three-point line. Everybody collects themselves, and we reset. 19 on the shot clock. Milos left open for three. A little bit long on the shot. Rebound, Aki to Malachi. Swings it into Milos. Looking for the cutter. It was Malachi. Grayson, nice job knifing through, but just equally Manuel for Kiski. Knifes through and takes a steal of his own. So no harm, no foul on the offensive side for Kiski as they're able to get the turnover. And the Pioneers are going to take a timeout with 15 to a 4 lead for the Cougars and 3:10 remaining in the first quarter. Stick around. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic, and we'll be right back. Again, out of the timeout, 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Number 13 is going to pull the trigger for the Pioneers and knock down a big three. Sampson takes the ball for Kiski, passes it over to Milos. Sampson drives and looks to make the kick to Aki, but unfortunately he's called for the travel. And miscommunication there on the pass, out of bounds for the Pioneers. Milos directing the traffic here. Exchanges passes with Manuel over to Jesus in the game now. Sampson in the paint, kicks to Jesus in the corner, likes what he sees, an open three, and he knocks it down for Kiski. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Looks for a cutter in the lane, taken away by Manuel. Pass to Sampson in the corner. Gives it back to Manuel. Kick to Aki, who's open for three in the corner, and hits a big three. Minute 40 left in the first quarter. Kiski out to a 14-point lead over the Pioneers. Wide right on his shot was Noah. And Pioneers make several substitutions. Looks like we've got Sam coming in the game, and we've got Donald coming in the game. Milos, long on his shot, rebound. Pioneers taken away by Milos and laid in for an easy two. Under a minute to play now in the first quarter. Kiski extends their lead. Nice floater in the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound, Kiski, Jesus coming the other way. Manuel sees a lane, kicks to Milos. Drives, kicked out. A little short on the shot. And we're going to have an opportunity for a three-point play on the other side. 27.6 seconds on the clock, and it looks like that's number 12 heading to the line. Donald heading to the line. And he converts on that. That was big at the end of the first quarter for the Pioneers. No shot clock, though, so Kiski can control when they want to take this shot here to end the quarter. Manuel to Milos to Aki to Manuel, left open for three, and he makes them pay for it here in the corner. And thrown up at the end, and that'll end things at the end of the first quarter. We have Kiski leading Western Reserve 26-10. We'll be back after a short break. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. It's going to be the Pioneers' ball to start. Kicked into the corner. Drive baseline is Noah off the glass. for 2. Jesus for 3. He knocks down another one. Had one late in the first. Nearly taken away. Reserve for 3. And a big 3-point as they break through the sort of half-court loose press that the Cougars were running there. Milosh all the way in off the glass. Gets his own rebound temporarily as it's poked away by Reserve. .6:45 remaining in the half. This one long for Reserve. Rebound, though. Nice movement from the Pioneers, but a nicer block from the Cougars. And shot clock violation on the Pioneers. 6:01 remaining in the half. Joel will bring it up for Kiski. Passed off to Sampson. Off a foot, and that will stay with the Cougars on the sideline. It'll be Sampson inbounding for Kiski. Sampson from the free throw line, a little bit long on his shot. Rebounded by Tucker of Pioneers. And Reserve goes on the attack again. Now 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Rebound, Kiski pushing the floor quickly. Jesus into the corner for Joel. Looks back to Jesus. Across, Manuel's left open. He drives, kicks to Jesus again for 3 in the corner. And he's 3 from 3 over there. As they, good ball movement from the Cougars, opened up an opportunity again. Far side for Reserve. Or, excuse me, for Kiski. Under the hoop. Taken away by Kiski. Sampson to Daniel. He drives all the way up and under for 2. Kiski switches to a press. And Joel's going to get called for the foul on the floor. Pioneers will inbound it on the far side. Long on his shot, rebounded by Daniel, kicks out to Joel. 4:20 on the clock. Sampson drives all the way to the basket with the finish off the glass for the lay-in. 4:05 on the clock. Stopped with 4:04 officially. We'll have a short timeout taken by the Pioneers, and we'll be back in just a moment. Reserve has 5 seconds to do something with it here on the shot clock. And shot clock violation called against the Pioneers, so Kiski will take possession again. Again, for this game, we got 8-minute quarters. In the second game, we'll run it more like college rules. So you can think of them mostly as like varsity and prep teams. So this would be more of a high school varsity, and the second game will be run more like a college game with halves and 30-second shot clocks as well. Malachi drives, and we got a jump ball called. Joel inbound it. He's got Malachi over here in the corner. Euro step around the defense and puts it in for 2. 3 minutes and 2 seconds showing on the clock as Pioneers go the other way. Drives, has a lane, but denied by the Cougars. Matt Campbell comes away with it for Kiski. Into the corner for Malachi. To Joel. And Malachi was out of bounds on the end line. Try to get himself back in time. Right idea, just not the right execution, I suppose. But either way, Reserve with 2.5 minutes on this side of the floor. Short on his shot, smacked out by number 12. Nice work by number 12 to get open for a shot. Rebound taken by Malachi. Sampson has his pass stolen away by number 12. Under 10 now on the shot clock, 7 seconds showing. Again, getting pressure. This time they get the shot off. Long on the shot, rebound by Malachi. It was number 22 pulling the trigger for the Pioneers. Malachi to Joel. Into the corner for Danielle. 22 again. A little bit long on his shot, rebound by Joel. Sampson will take a long 3. Rebound Campbell. Coming away, number 24 will dribble into some space. Recoup his offense here. Set things up fresh. 50 seconds, 20 on the game clock. Taken away by Joel. He pulls it back, gives it to Campbell. He's going to try a three, and he sinks it. Looks like his toes were on the line. They're going to give him a two-pointer on that one, so it'll only be 40-15. Again, Pioneers looking to get some traction on their offense here, but Kiski pulls things down. 10 seconds on the game clock, nothing on the shot clock. They can get the last shot away here. Pressured by number 22 is Malachi Long on the shot, and that's where we'll end things. That's where we'll end things here at the end of the first half. Kiski with a 40-15 lead over the Western Reserve Academy Pioneers. We'll be back in the second half after a 10-minute intermission. Stick around. We've got another game following this one, which will be our prep teams, and that will take place around 2 o'clock. So short 10-minute halftime, and we'll be back with the start of the third in just a moment. Getting ready for the start of the third quarter here. We've got Kiski with a 40-15 lead over the Pioneers. 8 minutes on the clock, and the start of the third quarter. It will be reserves ball to start with again. Leading off the half here. Inbounded. Shot from Noah long on the, or short on the long three. Going to try it again and give him another opportunity here. Not getting those shots to fall, unfortunately. Kicked by Mears to Aki. Doesn't get the bounce. Christian comes away with the rebound under the hoop. Malachi collects it. Over to Milos, 8 seconds on the shot clock. He drives off the glass. Rebound, Western Reserve. Into the corner, driving. Number 10 kicks to 13 over on the far side. Thrown near side to 4. Back to number 10, Aki with hands up. Number 4 with a 3. And that's what Reserve needed here to start off the second half. Try and cut into this lead that Kiski's established. They've got a little bit of a hill to climb. Doesn't seem like they're going to go away easily, though. 6 minutes and 15 seconds here remaining in the third quarter. Swung wide to Christian Mears into Sampson, turning with it off the back of the rim. Aki battling for the rebound. Off of a Pioneer, it'll stay with the Cougars. Christian to inbound it with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. And Milos hits a 3. Across midcourt comes Reserve. 3 long or short on that shot. Aki will take it, collect it. Sampson to Milos. Malachi checks it up, gives it to Milos, who kicks it into the corner now for Mears. Long on his shot. 15 with the rebound for Reserve. And high off the back of the rim was that shot. Aki with the rebound. Milos drives, sees some daylight, and off the glass. Looks like no shot. Foul is on the floor. So we'll head nice takeaway from Reserve. Number 4 all the way to the hoop. Can't get the layup. Pressured by Sampson of Kiski. Malachi slows it down. 22 on the shot clock as Sampson pulls up in the paint. And some hard contact there as they battle for the rebound, but it will stay with... Nope, it's going to go Pioneer with the Reserve team. .425 on the clock. Again, trying to pull the trigger is number 10 of Reserve. Doesn't get it to drop. Jesus comes away with it. Big 5-0, passes it over to number 10, Malachi Hartley. Looks to distribute the ball all the way across to Milos. Looking into the corner for Malachi. Long on that shot. Rebound, Aki, but off his fingertips and out of play. So no rebound for him. And the Pioneers take possession. .355 on the clock here in the third. Shot from number 13. Rebound, Jesus for the Cougars. Sampson drives baseline, off the glass, and that one's going to count. He's going to head to the line for a shot at 3 points in total. And he converts on that 3-point play for his first trip to the line here in the second half. Not too many fouls called in the first half. A few early on, but pretty clean basketball so far in terms of fouls. Well, I guess not a lot of shooting fouls, I should say. Looks like each team has 3 fouls, 3 team fouls. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Jesus checking the pass, or checking the hands of number 2 there. Jesus called for the foul on the reach. And Coach Caputo is going to make several substitutions. Joel, Matt, and Daniel into the game. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Got to get one away. They do, off the back of the rim, rebounded by Joel. 2:25 as Jesus collects it for Kiski. Into the corner. Joel is there with some open space off the back of the rim. And on the floor, Matt Campbell takes it away. Dribbles into some space. Distributes to Daniel. Far side, Jesus is wide open. He's 4 for 4 from 3-point land. Well, 4 for 4 total. He's taken 4 shots. He's made 4 shots. So he's leading the Cougars at the half with 9 points. Out to 12 points now here in the second half. Nice defense. Jesus takes it away. Drives all the way, loses his dribble, picks it up to Daniel. Into the corner. Manuel's there. Nobody else with him. Can't convert on the shot, though. 1:28 now remaining in the third quarter. Five seconds left. Manuel rebounds. A minute left in the third. Jesus going to try for number 5. This one he finally misses on. .40 seconds left in the quarter. 15 on the shot clock. And Joel's going to get called for the foul, number 40 in black. Put back by number 15. Campbell with 10 seconds left. Manuel drives all the way, up and under as time expires. And that'll put Kiski out in front, 51-20. So relatively light period of scoring there for reserve. Only able to put 5 on in that quarter. Kiski put on 11. And we'll head into the fourth quarter in just a moment. Eight minutes remaining in this game. As we start the fourth quarter, both teams enter the floor. If you're just joining us, Kiski in all black, reserve in all white. We've got game number 2 loaded in the hopper here. It's going to take off around 2 o'clock, depending on how quickly this game finishes up. That game should prove to be a little bit more competitive, I would think. Nice finish by Sampson. He'll take an opportunity again for a three-point play. Had one earlier in the third quarter. And converts on that. So 54-20 with 7:38 showing on the game clock. Reserve's going to try and pile in some points here late. Sampson rebounds. Spin move in the paint from Sampson. Can't get the roll. And Christian Mears called for the foul for Kiski, so it'll be Pioneer ball headed this way. 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. .22 on the shot. Sampson, I think, got a piece of that one. Shorts the shot. Malachi with the rebound. Over to Milos back in the game. Looks like coach has his starting 5 back out there. Can't get the finish, but Aki will get the rebound. Turning spin around jumper just outside the paint for 2. Pressure from the Cougars again. This time Milos all the way to the basket. And everybody down on the floor. Back up again. And reserve will get on the board here in the fourth with their first 2 points. 6:06 on the game clock. Milos drives and kicks it to Sampson, who drives all the way baseline. But number 15 will be called for the foul before we get to that point. Up and under, gonna get called for the travel. Directing traffic is number 10. He gives it to number 22, off to number 24, and back to number 10 here at the bottom of your screen. He drives, kicks out to number 24 all the way in the corner, and a 3-ball from number 24. 5:14 on the clock. Look inside to Matt Campbell. Nice finish from Matt. Baseball players can play basketball sometimes. Looking for some help. Taken away by Manuel. No good on the shot. Rebound by Joel. Manuel looks inside to Campbell. Campbell back out to Manuel. In the corner, Jesus been good from there most of the day. Getting a little cold here in the second quarter. Jesus takes it away. Big block from number 10. Taken away, though, by Daniel and put back for Kiski's 2. Campbell with the rebound. Joel all the way around. Looks underneath to Manuel. Good look. Nice dish. Puts Kiski another 2 ahead. Taken away by Manuel. All the way with the finish. And nice finish on the reversal from number 24. 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Back to Jesus. Long on his shot. Rebound number 22. Jesus takes it away. And Matt Campbell high off the glass. And both teams going to make some substitutions. This just an opportunity to work on some different skill sets, different plays, different defenses. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. Down at the far side of the court, Pioneers inbound the ball. Under 2 minutes left here in this game. Again, we'll have the second round which is the prep teams for both schools. That game will tip off here shortly. And Joel's going to get called for the travel with 1:36 left. Out of bounds on the far side. Everybody kind of just stopped playing on that one. But the shot was good. At least that's what they're showing here in the and taken away by Manuel. Kiski slowing the pace down for sure. That's pretty much where we'll end things here. Looks like we're going to and Pioneers will have one more possession. Under 10 seconds on the shot or on the game clock, excuse me. Three ball short, put back, not there. And that's where we'll end it with Kiski defeating Western Reserve Academy 68-27. We'll have game number 2 starting in just a moment. Well, we'll probably have, I'm not sure. It was scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. I'm not sure they're going to push that time up anymore. We'll see how much time they put on the clock here in the arena here. But that's where we'll leave it, and we'll keep the stream going here so you can watch warm-ups and all that. And we'll be back at the start of game number 2. Stick around. Welcome to the Kiski School Hogue Gymnasium. We've got game number 2 loaded up, ready to go. Kiski taking on Western Reserve Academy. We had our first game. Check over in the chat. Kiski defeated WRA 68-27. This will be, I guess I'm going to use air quotes when I say this, prep teams, right? These are the PGs and things like that for Kiski, I know. I'm not sure about the WRA side of things, but that first game was more of like a varsity game. They had 8-minute quarters, 30-second shot clock. This one's going to run more like a college game, 18-minute halves with a 30-second shot clock. So just a different format. So we've got our first half of basketball ready to go, 18 minutes on the clock. Teams are setting up, getting their final words of encouragement here in strategy. And we're almost ready to go. On the floor for Kiski, we've got Purnell, Moncrief, Fisher, looks like Galland, and Jeff Akintalu. On the reserve side of things, we've got, let's see, Middleton on the floor. We've got Owens on the floor, Atkins, and Autry, and also looks like Applehans. Reserve's going to take possession first here, kick things off, drive all the way to the basket, and a big opening statement from the Pioneers. Autry. I do not have first names, so I apologize. I'm going to call them by their last names. But Autry with a big slam home for the Pioneers starts them off the way they wanted to start. Purnell oops it up to Gallen, way too high with the pass, so they're not able to connect on that. Reserve takes over. A little bit long on the shot. Rebound, Jeff Akintalu. Purnell drives all the way to the basket. Finger roll. Lays it in for Kiski. Gets them on the board all tied up at 2. Roar of the student section gets them involved early as well. Looking for the cutter in the lane. Not able to connect, off the hands of Applehans and out of play. Kiski will take possession. If you haven't figured that out yet, they're all in white. The Pioneers in their classic green, trimmed in white. Rebound by Adkins. Applehans for 3, pressured by Moncrief, short on the shot. Rebound, Fisher clears it away for Kiski. 16:28 on the game clock. Into the corner for Chris Moncrief. Up and under, looking for the 2 points. Not there, but he is going to head to the line for his first trip to the free throw line at 16:24 in the first half. Chris Good, 1 for 1 so far at the line. Two for 2, putting Kiski out in front for the first time here early on. 16:20 on the game clock. If you're looking when things are headed this way on the court, on the far side where the Pioneers are on the offense, the game clock and shot clock are above the hoop. Driving all the way in, can't get the lay-in, number 12. Akintalu comes the other way, needs to pass it off, finds Purnell. And gets a friendly hometown bounce, gets the student section up 7-2. Kiski takes a lead. Autry moves to his right, passes it to Applehans, off his face. Moncrief can't get the pass and quick break, transition the other way. But Purnell knifes through. He's got Gallen with him, goes for the layup, and draws the foul. 15 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the half as Reese Purnell will head to the line shooting 2. That's good for Reese on his first attempt. He'll get another shot here. Two for 2 from the line. So the Cougars cleaning up at the foul throw line so far. Kicked up top to Haskell into the corner. Looks like number 12 with the free throw. That's, three-pointer. Owens, the scorer for Western Reserve. Momentarily catch our breath here. Action's been moving quick. Underneath, looking for Gallen, able to save it. And coming away is number 12, Owens, for Pioneers. Foul called against Kiski. Atkins will take the inbound. Applehans goes to the floor with Gallen taken away by Kiski. Purnell on the ball all the way up and lays it in, contorting to get that one to go in. Purnell called with the reach. He thinks he didn't, but that's basketball, right? Inbounded to Atkins. Owens for 3. Purnell rebound. Long 3 for Reese. Short on that shot. Needed a foot in, make that one go in. Foot extra. Moncrief with the good defense. Intercepts the pass, comes the other way. Avoids the back check from the Pioneers and takes it all the way in and does it himself. Wide open, number 14, makes him pay for it. Atkins, the shooter for the Pioneers. Moncrief now on the ball on the Kiski side of the floor. Pulls up, long 2. Atkins to Owens. In the game is Haskell. It's interesting that Reserve's not using Middleton as much as they are. He's got a significant height advantage on Carter Fisher, but Fisher scaring them enough underneath there, I guess, to not pass it inside to the big man. But making him pay on the offensive side as well. 15-8, Kiski takes the lead. Not sure if that was just a mismatch, I'm guessing. But at least on that rep, Fisher was under the basket with Middleton. And again, it's Atkins from three-point land. Moncrief throws it up at the basket, but they're going to call it on the floor. So Kiski will keep possession. 12 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. Still plenty of basketball here. Pioneers have closed that gap that Kiski had opened up early on in the first 5 minutes. Into the game is Jamal Bremer and Aiden Glacken for Kiski. Moncrief with it in the corner. Near side to Aiden Glacken. He drives, kicks to Carter Fisher. Has that shot contested. Fisher goes to the floor. Nice effort. Bremer has it knocked away by Haskell. Boys are battling as they go to the floor. Both teams putting it all out on the court. Middleton subs back in for number 44, who was in the game briefly. And shot clock violation. Didn't look like the Cougars were aware of. It's a little tricky because the shot clock here, it counts down like normal seconds, but when it gets to 5, it switches to tenths of seconds. But it looks like if it's at 2.3 seconds, it looks like it says 23. So it can be a little confusing. But the home team is well aware of that. So a little bit of confusion. Moncrief with the rebound. Drives, kicks. Akinsloo for 3. Makes it 18-11. 11 minutes now remaining in the half. Carter Fisher with the rebound. Has that pass taken away by Applehans. Aiden Glacken takes it away from the pass into Middleton. Jamal takes the ball. Rebound, Owens. Moncrief sets up the offense for the Cougars. Swung to Akinsloo. Big man against big man. Long on the shot. Glacken gets the rebound. Hands it off to Akinsloo. Up off the glass. Gets the put back. And looks like Western Reserve is going to take a timeout and talk things over here with 9 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the half. We'll step away for just a moment. After the timeout, we've got things reset here with Atkins taking the ball for Western Reserve. He works to his left, pressured by Akinsloo. Glacken against Owens. Owens short on that shot. And it's going to be Pioneers basketball. Rebound by Solis. Has it taken away by Laz. Atkins now to Owens. Nope, not to Owens. Autry, excuse me. Over to Haskell. Glacken rebounds. Bremer drives, looks for some help, finds Laz. Step back, long on the shot. 8:15 on the clock as Haskell goes to work against Laz, drives baseline. And it's going to be a call against 15 and White for the push. That'll send it under the basket for an inbounding play. 8:11 at left here in the first half. Autry drives, has Bremer in his face. And away from the play, well, maybe not. It looks like they're going to call it on Gallon. So to the line heads Autry, first time here this afternoon. 8:05 on the game clock as he goes shooting 2. Off the front of the rim for his first attempt. Makes good on his second attempt, though, cutting the Cougars' lead to 6. Bremer on the point, hands it off to Chris Moncrief. He calls his play, waits for Bremer, hands it over far side. Coach wants him to move the ball. He does. Over to Laz, up and draws the foul against Solis. Laz will head to the line, shooting 2. Good on number 1. And finds its way into the bottom of the net on that one as well. 2 for 2 for Laz on that trip to the line. Haskell all the way in, off the glass. Autry tries for 3, rims out on him. Glacken battling with Solis, off of reserve, and going to come towards us here. Kiski possession. 7:25 remaining in the half. Purnell back in the game for Kiski. Now gives it to Bremer. Bremer 0 versus 0 with Autry in his face. Passes over to Glacken, inside to Gallon. Bodies up against Solis, taken away now by Atkins on the rebound. Pushes the floor to Applehans. And with authority, oh, maybe not. Okay, so a little weird play there. Gets a 4-point swing in favor of Pioneers. as Kiski not able to connect on the inbound, but they go to work back in the offensive zone. Moncrief drives. He's looking for the foul, nothing there. It's going to stay with Kiski, though. Inbound play. Under the hoop. Glacken to inbound it for Kiski. 6:27 on the game clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Rob Kane in the game. Akintalu. Long on his shot. Rebound. Autry. Owens draws the foul. Going to be called against number 13 in white, Rob Kane. So heading to the lines will be Owens. He's going to shoot 2. And gets it to bounce in there. So cutting the lead down slowly, the Pioneers battling their way back into this game. Battling back for the lead, I should say. Not that they've been out of the game by any stretch of the imagination, but battling back here, closing the gap. Within 2 now after the 2 free throws from Owens. Moncrief looking to change that for Kiski. Passes it off to Rob Kane. Kane to Purnell. Shake and bake into the paint. Hands it off to Kane. Akintalu battling with Middleton. Comes away with it. And Rob's going to get called for the walk on his drive to the basket. Pioneer basketball with a chance to tie things or to even take the lead here with 5:32 remaining in the first half. Autry on the ball with Reese Purnell in his face. Into Owens. Glacken tried to back him down. Makes him miss the shot. Purnell takes it away for Kiski. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Akintalu. Big man goes in, drives the paint. Not the shot attempt he was looking for there. Autry into the corner. It's Haskell for 3. Short on the shot. Rebound Middleton. Up top to Applehans. He rims out. And volleyballed away into the corner. It's going to stay with Western Reserve. 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the game clock left in the half. Pioneer basketball. 20 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Inbounded into Owens. Handed off to Applehans. Owens will drive to Middleton, who's called for the travel. It'll head the other way, white basketball. Purnell on the ball, comes across to K, hands it off to Roland, who's in the game now. Akintalu to Moncrief. Moncrief kicks out to Rob Kane, to Chris. Moncrief pulls the trigger, long 2, as the shot clock was getting ready to expire. Knocked to the floor, and timeout taken. We'll be back in just a moment. 4:05 remaining in the half. Starting things back up, 4:05 on the game clock. Four minutes as Autry crosses half court. Into the corner, Applehans into Middleton. And Akintalu's going to come over the back and draw the foul, or take the foul, I should say. Middleton draws the foul. It'll head under the basket. Nobody wants to inbound it for Reserve. They finally get somebody. It's going to be Autry. Applehans pulls up and hits the two from the free throw line. Moncrief and Purnell exchange handoff passes. Purnell looks into Roland, goes up, tries to draw some contact, gets his own putback. Rob Kane in the mix now. They're going to say off of the Pioneers. Off of the Pioneers, and it'll stay with Kiski, right? Yep, that's what they're going to do here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Eight on the clock as Moncrief goes and floats it in the paint. Akintalu puts it up. Jump ball scenario. Jump ball, it's going to stay possession with Kiski. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3 minutes on the game clock. Did not see who the foul was against on Western Reserve, but foul on the floor. Looks like we are in, well, they're going to say he was in the act of making a shot, so he's going to go shoot 1 and 1. And he knocks down the first. Well, not 1 and 1. He's shooting the ball, so he's going to go for 2 either way. No good on shot number 2. Blocked by Kiski coming the other way. Now Moncrief. Up and draws the contact. .227 on the game clock. Moncrief taking his second free throw attempt. Two for 2 that time around to the line. Kiski increasing their pressure defensively. Doesn't matter, though, for Reserve as they hit the 3. It's Atkins on the 3. Laz for 3. He's got one for them on the other side. 1:45 remaining into Solis. Off of him, though. and heading the other way. Kiski decides to take a breather, slow things up a little bit. Laz on the ball for Kiski. Looks for the pick. Atkins follows with him, Solis with him. Off the side of the hoop. .119 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Inbound Moncrief. It'll stay with Kiski. Purnell moves to his left, looks inside to Gallen. Too many Pioneers in the way, though. Autry over to Atkins. Looks for a pick from Owens. Moncrief steps up to defend Atkins again. He works to his right, hands it over to Haskell. 10 on the shot clock as Haskell dribbles to the baseline. Pressured by Laz. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3, off the front of the rim. Fresh 20 as Owens drives in, puts it off the rim. And Purnell away with it after the rebound from Gallen. 30 seconds. Shot clock at 20 now. 25 on, so about a 5-second difference between game and shot. Purnell for 3. Draws the foul. So Reese heading to the line with 11.3 seconds left. Shoot 3 from the line. First one is good. This is big here at the end of the quarter here. Reserve had been battling to take back the lead. 2 for 2. Carter Fisher subs back into the game for Laz. A big 3-point play from Reese Purnell. 8 seconds on the shot, or on the game clock, excuse me. Nothing on the shot. Foul called late. Kiski thought they had it wrapped up before the end of the half. They did not. 0.6 seconds on the clock, though. They're going to count it as Autry hits a late 3. Nope. Hold on a sec. Looks like they're going to discuss it here. We'll wait till it shakes out. One referee said count it. Now it looks like they're explaining something to Western Reserve. Coach under the refs under the basket saying, I don't think it went in. So we don't have instant replay at this level. So I'm waiting for confirmation here from the scoreboard in the house to see what they say. Either way, we're going to step away for a 10-minute halftime, and I'll let you know how that's going to shake out. I'm going to take a walk over the score table and see what they're saying, so I can report back at the beginning of the second half. So stick around. We'll be back in about 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Looks like both teams are back on the court, getting ready to head into half number 2 of basketball. 18 minutes on the clock. Kiski with a 33-28 lead. So let me catch you up with what happened there late in the half. There was a three-pointer that went in with .06. That basket did count, which brought reserve up to 28. However, after in the halftime, the coach for Western Reserve was served with a technical for arguing what I'm told is not the three-pointer because it was in their favor, but a penalty or a foul somewhere else throughout the first half. So that's why you'll see Purnell down at the far free throw line. He's shooting 2 to start off here because of the technical that took place during halftime. So, again, technical against the Western Reserve coach during the halftime period. That's why Reese is shooting 2, and he makes them count. And should be Kiski's possession as well to start. And it is, as Carter Fisher takes the inbound play. Hands off to Reese Purnell. Fisher into Gallen, out to Akintalu from the corner. Long on that shot. Rebound by Autry. He comes the other way. Over to Owens. Owens back to Autry at the top. Asks for a pick at the top. Works around Gallen temporarily. Applehans hits a 3. Carter Fisher with it. Has Applehans on defense in front of him. He works to his right. Loses his footing. Loses the ball. Autry will collect it. Hands it off to Atkins. Atkins is the leading scorer from the first half with 12 points. Reese Purnell, the leading scorer for Kiski with 11. Moncrief in a close second to Purnell. I believe he had 9 or 10 in the first. Carter Fisher blocked by Applehans. Still up for grabs. A volleyball match ensues. Coming away with it is Autry for Western Reserve. 16 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second half. Still plenty of basketball here. Thrown into Middleton. Blocked by Akintalu. Possession will stay with the Pioneers. Thrown into Applehans. He goes to work against Carter Fisher. Fisher's going to get called for the reach, though. 16:24 on the game clock. 20 on the shot to work with for the Pioneers. Inbound play from Autry, thrown out to Applehans. Taken away by Carter Fisher. Making up for the foul, but he's called for an offensive foul now. I'm not sure there was a foul there, but I'll try and remain unbiased. 16-16 left in the half as Autry comes across half court. He hands it off to Applehans. Kicked over to Owens. Middleton passes it over to Autry. Looks for the cutter under the hoop. It's Owens. And the Cougars can't close quick enough to prevent that layup. So a 2-point lead for Kiski as Moncrief goes to work in the offensive zone. Works to his right. Still with it. All the way across the court. Going to work from the right-hand side now. Hesitation, pulls up off the front of the rim. Rebound Autry for Western Reserve. Applehans in the corner to Autry. Has Gallen on defense in front of him. Thrown into Middleton as Akintalu gets called for the push from behind. .20 on the shot clock. Autry looking to inbound. Throws it all the way out to midcourt. Applehans to Atkins. And miscommunication between him and Owens. will send it Kiski's way. 15-15 on the clock as Chris slowly dribbles up to midcourt. Sets up his offense. Autry on defense in front of him. Chris gets a pick from Gallen, looks backdoor to Gallen. He's going to pull things out. Reassess, gives it to Carter Fisher. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Up to Moncrief. He surveys the court. Moves to his right. Pulls up with 5 seconds left. Knocks it down. Big three from Moncrief. Pulls him out in front by 5. Purnell on defense against Adkins. Looks for the pick from Middleton. Not there. Handed off to Applehans. Very confident from three-point land. Knocks down a 3, cutting it to a 2-point lead for the Cougars. Moncrief pushes into the quarter for Carter Fisher. Knocks it down. Big 3. Gets the student section up on their feet. So they're exchanging three-pointers. Applehans misses that one. Rebound, Akintalu. Purnell. Moncrief dribbles to the lane, off the glass. And momentum starting to swing in favor of Kiski. Left wide open is Atkins off the top of the back, off the shot clock. .45 left in the half as Moncrief comes across midcourt, hands it off to Purnell. Catch your breath a little bit as Purnell works his to the right, off to Gallen. Trying to get it into Glacken, taken away by Applehans. Works it into the paint, kicks it out to Autry. Autry looks inside to Solis. Broken up by Gallen, heading to the floor for a jump ball. Should be Western Reserve's possession. 16 seconds on the shot clock and a possession arrow in favor of Green. And off of Solis, and Kiski takes possession now. 13 minutes and 5 seconds on the game clock. Thrown over to Gallen. He works to his right, sees an open lane, drives all the way in, it closes quickly, but he's able to get the finish, body control, and puts enough English on it to get it to drop for him. Autry goes to work for the Pioneers. He's called for the travel, though. So again, the momentum swing has swung towards the Cougars as they open up a 9-point lead. Purnell blocked by Applehans. It'll head under the basket. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Glacken to inbound. Amari Jackson in the game as well for Kiski now. Moncrief can't get that one to drop, but he will head to the line to shoot 2. He thought he had it. 12:22 on the clock as number 12 heads to the line. And that'll open up a double-digit lead, the first of the day for Kiski. They've yet to relinquish the lead so far. Western Reserve had the lead after the first bucket, and Kiski's had the lead ever since. 47-36, an 11-point lead for the Cougars. Autry moves to his left. And away from the ball. Looks like number 12 called for it away from the ball. Moncrief, hesitation, fake. Knocked down, too. Haskell dribbles, looks for help. Fall away jumper. Rebound, Purnell. And a foul called against Autry. Purnell on the ball. Shake and bake. Knocked down, 3. That's a big one. The Pioneers look to stop the bleeding here in the offensive zone, as Kiski's gone on a several-point run here without an answer from Western Reserve. They look to Applehans to make that happen. He gets his own rebound and draws the foul. .11 minutes on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock as the Pioneers look to inbound. Thrown back to Applehans with the long 3, hits it down. And a timeout taken. Catch your breath, get a drink. We'll be back in just a moment. 10:54 left in the second half. Kiski with a 52-39 lead over the Pioneers. Back out of the timeout. 10:54 remaining in the second half. Purnell on the ball for Kiski. Hands off to Jackson. Purnell drives, off angle shot off the backboard. Applehans to Atkins. Rebound Moncrief. Drives. Pass to Jackson under the basket. Contorts his body somehow, throws it off the glass, and gets it to drop. 10:05 on the clock as Atkins looks for the pick. Moncrief goes for the steal. Haskell drives, kicks to Applehans. He's deadly from 3 points, and he makes him pay for it. Left open for 3. Moncrief drives, takes the foul as he goes heavy to the floor. Shook up on that play. Looks like Marshall going to be called for the foul, number 30 in green. Either way, Moncrief is going to head to the line now. He'll be shooting 2. I think he's only missed 1 free throw on the day. And makes both this time to the line. Autry with it for the Pioneers. Working down the near sideline against Jackson. Applehans now with Purnell into Middleton, trying to back down to Kinselou. Kicks out to Applehans. Long on his 3. Near collision at midcourt. Kinselou's going to go to battle with Autry, loses his dribble, out of play. It'll be Pioneer basketball. 9:07 on the game clock. A fresh 30 for the Pioneers in the offensive zone. Haskell to inbound to Autry. Atkins with it. 20 on the shot clock. He works around to Kinselou and off the glass with the finish. Moncrief steps through and knocks down the 2. Let's see what the conversation's going to be. Oh, looks like there's going to be an injury timeout. It's a Kinselou on the court still. They got him popped up, though. He's going to go talk it over with Mr. Eckenrode, the trainer. So it'll be Western Reserve's ball on the far side of the court. Atkins takes the ball and looks in, has that pass taken by Moncrief on the floor to Carter Fisher. Can't handle it. Haskell cut off by Carter Fisher. Atkins, excuse me, not Atkins, Middleton goes up and fouled by Glacken. So Middleton at the line. I believe this is his first trip this afternoon. High arc on that shot. Doesn't get it to drop. Shorts both those shots. Fisher looks like he was trying to save it off of, throwing it off of
Atkins instead throws it off the end line. Inbound, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Nice move by Autry down the baseline. Gets 2 for Western Reserve. About 7:40 on the clock as that pass is made across to Moncrief. Glacken to Fisher. Fisher back to Glacken. Moncrief to Glacken. Kiski looking for an opening in the Pioneer defense. It's over to Fisher in the corner to Jackson. Long on that shot. And on the floor, Roland draws the foul from Autry. Glacken to inbound it. Up to Bremer. Into Moncrief. Goes for the dunk. Just gets enough in the way as Western Reserve as they come back the other way for a 2-point lay-in. Kiski's lead down to 10 with 7 minutes to play. Thrown back to Carter Fisher up top. Across to Moncrief with 11 on the clock. Into Roland. Dribbles. Puts it up. Can't get the roll. Middleton with the rebound. Thrown to Applehans. Dribbles it up court. Decides to check things back. Pulls up for a 3. Shorts that shot. Fisher rebounds. Slows it down. Kiski being a little bit more methodical on the offensive side, trying to kill a little bit of time, which is slowly becoming the enemy of Western Reserve here. Still trying to stay aggressive, but shot by Bremer, long, and looks like it went up off the top of the rigging there for the hoop. So it's a turnover, 6:02 on the game clock, 10-point lead for Kiski. Applehans over to Haskell. Atkins for 3. Into Glacken, out to Fisher, around to Bremer, drives baseline. Tries to go up and under with the reversal. It's not there. Haskell to Atkins. Into the air for Autry. Can't collect the pass. Roland has it stripped away by Autry. And Autry will head to the line. It's good for 1 from the free throw line. Looking for number 2. Two for 2 from Autry at the line. Glacken drives, turnaround jumper, knocks it down. Looks inside to Owens. Nice look, feed, and finish from the boys in green. 4:40 left in the game. Glacken takes the pass from Moncrief over to Bremer. Bremer looks right, decides to go back to Moncrief. Carter Fisher checks it all the way across the court. Off of Kiski, and It'll be Pioneer basketball. Looks like there's some substitutions coming in the game. We've got Gallon and Akintalu back in the game. Owens draws the foul from Bremer away from the ball. We are in bonus territory. 1-1 from Owens. Hits it. He'll get another one. 4:15 on the game clock. A 3-point lead for Kiski as Moncrief comes across midcourt. Looks inside to Gallon. The pass is intercepted. Applehans over to Autry. Owens. Nope. He waits for the pick from Owens. Works around him. Kicks to Haskell. Long or short on that shot. Bremer rebounds. Checks his surroundings. Gives it to Moncrief. Chris looks right over to Bremer. Bremer with a nice move. Can't get the finish, but Akintalu's there to help. And Applehans is going to get called for the foul. One and one on the bonus. Akintalu wide right on that free throw. Heading Pioneer way. Timeout taken by Western Reserve with 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the game. They're going to take a minute to strategize, and we'll be right back. Out of the timeout, let's set it up. 3 minutes, 17 seconds left. Okay, and we're underway here, I guess. Looked like there may have been some confusion with the score, but it is 60-57. That's what we're showing here in house. Autry with it. Works around the pick. Set by Owens. Applehoff ties it up for the first time this afternoon. Despite the first two baskets, I should say. That's the last time we were tied. So the Pioneers starting to feel the energy a little bit. That one rims out on Gallen. Akintalu drives after the rebound from Glacken. Glacken takes the foul. And Autry heads to the line. And Western Reserve takes their first lead of the afternoon. Well, they gained the lead back, I should say. The first lead they had was at the first 2 points, but haven't had the lead since. Out to a 2-point lead with 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Going to come down to the wire on this one, I think, as both teams battling hard here this afternoon. Bremer to Glacken. Moncrief into Gallen. Up and under. Gets a friendly roll and puts the Cougars back even with the Pioneers. Two minutes left in this game, and there's going to be a timeout taken by Western Reserve. I want to talk things over, strategize a little bit, and we'll be back in just a moment. Out of the timeout, 2 minutes exactly on the game clock, 23 on the shot, with Pioneers taking possession. Autry on the ball. Haskell hands it off to Atkins, over to Autry, up to Applehans. Shot goes wide. Moncrief to Bremer. Bremer back to Moncrief. Looks inside to Gallen, collects that pass. Thrown back up to Moncrief. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bremer for three. Big time 3-point ball from Jamal. And we're going to take a timeout, step away. Out of the timeout, 1:17 on the game clock. Kiski needs a big stop here. Applehawn spins out of trouble. Looks to Atkins in the corner to Haskell. Back up to Atkins. They're working the perimeter here. 7 on the shot clock as Autry off the back of the rim. Fresh 20 as Haskell collects it. Applehans off the front of the rim. Rebound to Kinsaloo. Moncrief is going to draw the foul from Autry, who's called for the reach. That'll send Moncrief to the line shooting 1-1. He hits his first. And he hits his second. Akinsloo, big rebound. Gets it to Glacken. Thrown up to Gallen. Draws the foul and up and under for 2. Could be the dagger Kiski needs here. Steps up to the line, knocks down his one, extends it to an 8-point lead with 17 on the clock. Autry, though, off the front of the rim, rebound Glacken. Out of trouble, up to Gallen again. And he's going to slow things down, and that will end the game with Kiski defeating Western Reserve Academy 70-62. As always, thanks for joining us here on Cougar Game Day. Cougars with a big victory in both games. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next time.